So okay friends, and yesterday class now, so we are on the last section. We are going to discuss this particular topics what we are going to discuss onto this AutoCAD 2017 series of tutorials. So today I am going to discuss this topic, that is what is a CAD and CAM and CAE applications to you. So actual meaning is what is exact meaning of CAD and CAM and CAE applications, friend. For example, if you are going for any job now, and that job now, so they definitely ask you, do you have any knowledge on the CAD departments of applications, or do you have knowledge on the CAM department of applications, or do you have knowledge on CAE applications? Listen friends, they doesn't ask you do you have knowledge in the AutoCAD, do you have knowledge in the CATIA, do you have knowledge in the 3ds Max, or do you have knowledge in the any other application. They directly they can't be asked, few friends. So we need to be clear idea about this, what are the departments of having on your core side. So your core side we have 3 departments are there, friends, that is CAD, and we have CAM, and we have CAE. See friend, before going this, I'll going to discuss something about these things, friends. This is called as drawing, and we call it as drafting, and we call it as design. Okay. So somebody knows about the drawing, and somebody knows about the drafting, and somebody knowing about the design also here. Here friends, the drawing means what the exact meaning of the drawing. See friend, every engineer is doing drawing. It's not matter that civil engineers are doing drawing. So mechanical or electrical, plumbing, welders, who are the engineers, they made that drawing. Okay. And after the drawing now, so they means of drawing means is nothing but the manual things, right? So if you have manually made something, that is called drawing. So and after that, if you have made a drawing, after it we are given any dimensions to your drawing, then we call it is drafted plan. So the drafted plan means is nothing but we are assigning the dimensions of your drawing. That is the exact meaning of drafting. Okay. And next one is called it as is a design. So design means, see friend, the design means the design is required dimensions. So we are seeing it as the dimensions, along with the dimensions we are going to make a designs. So if you want to do any design now, first we need to complete the drafting. But usually if you are going for any mechanical or civil or electrical, so they do drawing, but they'll convert it as some other things, friends. For suppose if the civil engineer doing a drawing, then after they showing the dimensions to your drawing, then they call it as drafted plan. But as for mechanical, they do drawing, but they given dimensions to your drawing, then we doesn't call that as a drafted plan, we call it as a sketching. So it means if mechanical person is doing something, then we call it a sketch. For suppose if electrical student is making drawing, that is called schematic drawing. So schematic drawing we call that. Okay. So it means what? So when the drawing is completed, then we are showing it the dimensions, then we call it as a drafted by civil engineers. But we are going for a mechanical, the mechanical they are calling as sketching, and electricals they are calling as schematic. And one more thing friend, in the schematic drawing it doesn't have any dimensions. Why? Because means in the schematic we are able to showing only the components. So but we can't say that how much wire is having and how much length of wire you are using in between of the components. That's not matter, friend. Why? Because of they using it, they're preparing the any circuit drawing now. So at that time now, so they're going to do only the components, and they're giving the connection along with the wires or along with the track. So but we can't say that this much dimension we need to have. So we can't say that. So that's why the schematic drawing doesn't have any dimensions, but the schematic drawing is compulsory having the properties, and we need to show that all those properties to your customer. For suppose if you are using any component now, so we need to show it that what type of component you are using there, and what is the voltage of component we need to explain it, and what type of company you are using for that component, and where you are using that, and what the links we having on the with that component. That all those things we need to give into your customer. So that will be given into the drawing. Then we call it as a schematic. And basically, any electrical student or electronic students, they make the circuit drawing, but the circuit drawing, we can't say that this is a component, this much of voltage is that, they have the connections, this is, so we can't say like that. So but we can do it by using a schematic drawing, but the schematic drawing we can't do in the AutoCAD, and the sketching is also we can't do in the AutoCAD. But basically, if you are going for any mechanic, if you are going for any AutoCAD engineers, the AutoCAD, they can do only the drawing, drafting and design, so we can't do it that sketching and schematic. But basically, if you want to be do any schematic or sketching now, so first we need to finish the drawing. Then after we are going for other courses to you. Okay. So let me clear about that particular department first. Let me explaining about this particular department of applications here. And this all the things. Why I'm explaining these things means, if you don't know exact meaning of these things now, I'm explaining the something applications over here. That's it's a waste of time, right? So that's the reason I'm explaining this all those things to you. And once again, I'll explain to you. The drawing means everyone is doing drawing, but everyone is any engineer, they're doing the drawing. If they're showing the dimensions, then we call it as drafted. And along with the drafted, also they do the design. As far mechanical engineers are doing anything, then we call that it is sketching. Or as electrical engineers are doing something, that is called as a schematic. Okay, so now let us move into the here now. So this is the topic. The topic is computer aided design or drafting, we call that. So this is the department. The department that stands for computer aided design. Aided design or drafting, we call that. Okay, so here in this department of applications, we are using for going to the do design and as well as going to the do drafting also. It means if you wants to be, and if I wants to use any application in this department, that application can do the design and as well as drafting. It means that type of applications can't do the schematic and can't do the can't do the sketching also. So that is exact meaning of the computer aided design or drafting. Clear? Now let us move into the here, friends. Here, what are the applications we are using it? So in this department of applications, means in the CAD department of applications, what we are using it, that all those applications are called as non-parametric applications. Why it's non-parametric applications? See friend, in this non-parametric applications, every modification we need to complete. Okay, so every modifications we need to complete, friend. Why? See, the non-parametric application is acts like that. For suppose, as a civil engineer, for suppose we have made a plan, so we are changing something dimension, all the other dimensions will getting changed automatically. It's facing so many problems, friends. We are facing so many problems if it happens like that. It's okay. So, but it's AutoCAD will never happen like that. If you are using any civil engineer application, that will not happen like that. Why it's not happening? Because the drafted plan means we need to do manually we need to do all those modifications, but no one is means automatically it will not happen. Okay, coming to the next department, friends. That department is a CAM department. So is it clear, friends? Is the CAM means is nothing but computer aided manufacture. So this department of applications are basically they used by the mechanical engineers, automobile engineers. Those engineers are using it, these applications. Why? Because of those engineers are going to do something productions or something do manufacture. So those engineers are using this type of applications. So that's the reason. So so civil engineers are not using these applications. Why? Because of there is no need that to learn about this particular applications. those branches are different, this branch is different. So here in a CAM applications, what you are using it, all those applications are parameter applications. And here what you are doing it, that we call it a sketch. It's not call it as that we call it as a sketch. So we doesn't call it as a drafting. Why? Because of if you change one place, other place is automatically getting changes. So that is exact meaning of the CAM. Okay. Here observe friends, for example, if you want to learn CAD applications or if you want to learn CAM applications, so that's very simple to learn by any candidate. It's very simple to learn by any candidate. So why? So there was any education qualifications are required to learn about the CAD or CAM applications? No, friend. Why? Because of the reason is anyone can do the drawing and anyone can do the manufacture also. Why? Because of CAM and CAD applications is very much easy, and there was no engineering qualifications are required. Why? Because of every application it has own tools, friends, and by using of that particular tools we are doing it easily, friends. It's no matter. So if the candidate is having an interest to make the design, or if the candidate is having an interest to make manufacture, then they can learn it, no problem at all. So but coming to the CAE is very important, and CAE applications or education qualifications are required. Why? Because if is not engineer, then what happens we can't able to do a calculations. The CAE means is nothing but computer aided engineering. By the name of word we can understand it. The engineering candidates, they can do the CAE applications, they can handle, but other students they can't be handle it. Why? Because if you are going for something like analysis. So what's the exact meaning of analysis means? We know that the analyses are divided into the two types, that is static or dynamic analysis. So most probably 99% of civil engineers are doing static analysis, but 1% they do dynamic analysis. But as a mechanical engineers, they're using always dynamic analysis, but they're not using static analysis over there. So we need to be clear about that ideas now. So for suppose if you are in the civil now, so we need to know that what is the meaning of processing, or what is the meaning of pre-processing, okay, and what is the meaning of post-processing. Okay. These all those things we need to understand. So, and if you are talking about the mechanical side now, we have FEM and we have FEA. This is the concepts we need to know that. So if you know these concepts, then we can learn it. If you don't know these concepts now, we can't learn it. So this is exact meaning. So, and this all those things I'm explaining clearly about this CAD, CAM and CAE applications to you. And see friends, and the next section we are going to discuss what are the applications are on a civil side. So on the next section we are going to discuss that what are the applications on civil and mech, and we have another and we have electrical, okay, AC, and we have to. So this departments of applications what we have, and I'm going to discuss that what are the applications over there and what are the application need to learn, that all those things I'm going to discuss on the next section. Okay friend, have a good day, enjoy the day friend, thank you.